grab your straight edge right now. Grab your straight edge, and you are going to make a transversal that goes through P and line M at any angle. All right, at any angle. Make it a decent size too, because we got some work to do on this transversal. So a transversal that goes through point P and line M at any angle. The angle doesn't matter. We can go slow today, so. All right, does everyone see the angle you have created with the transversal and line M? Everybody see that angle? Take your colored pencil, please. Take your colored pencil and please highlight that angle right there. Here's what we are going to do, and we've done this already. I need to review it though. We are going to take the angle you just highlighted. We're going to copy it. Where are we going to copy it? Does everybody see the ray? The ray that starts with point P? That's where we're going to copy it. So we're going to take this angle and copy it right up here on this ray. Okay, that's our goal. All right, so that's why I had you guys highlight it so you know what angle you're focused on. All right, let's grab that compass. Review of copying. Review of copying. My compass. Put your compass point on the angle you are copying, the angle you highlighted. Please put your compass on the vertex. And what you want to do, reminder, let's make these arcs small, because the bigger arcs you make, the more confusing it gets. You want to make an arc that intersects the angle you're copying in 1-2 spots. Don't try to make it huge, just make it nice and small. So you have 2 points of intersection. Mark those 2 points where it intersected with points. Don't open or close your compass though, just mark it, because we're going to come back to those. All right, everyone have an arc that intersects in 2 spots, and you've marked those 2 spots. Come up now to ray P. Come up to the ray now. Put your compass point on the ray. All right, point P. You want to put it on the point P? Does everyone still have the same opening as you made this arc? It needs to be the same opening. Now make an arc through the ray. Make an arc through the ray. If your arc is not big enough, you'll figure out on the next step, you may have to go back and make your arc a little bit longer, but we'll see. We'll see. That might be an option for some. That might have to be a requirement for some of you. Is everybody good? I'm going slow enough here. All right, go back down now to the angle you are copying. Remember those 2 points you made? Remember those 2 points you made? Open up to those 2 points. Open your compass up to those 2 points where your first arc intersected. Open it up. Okay, let's go back to the ray. Do not go back to point P. You're going to put your compass point on where your arc intersected the ray. Notice where my compass is. It's not on point P. It's where the arc intersected the ray. And here's the big, now you're going to make an arc that intersects this one right here. But make sure it intersects on the same side of the transversal. So remember my angle's here. I want it to intersect on the same side. I do not want it to intersect over here. Again, if you cannot get it to intersect, make the first one longer, right? We just talked about that. Some of you may have to go back and make this first one longer so they do intersect. All right, hopefully now you can line up your straight edge and point P. And when you draw it in, it's going to look like a line that's parallel to M. I realize compasses shake a little bit. They might open up from time to time because it's a little loose. But for the most part, when you line point P up with your point of intersection, it should look pretty parallel. And to make it official, what should we be putting on these lines to show me they're parallel? I'm not calling out numbers today, so what do we put on here? What do you got? Should put arrows on there, right? Also, since this is an above average math class, they tell me, why does this work? You guys know what we just did here? What do you know about both these angles? They have to be congruent because we copied them, right? They're both the same measure. What type of angles are they? What type of angles did we just make here?
Corresponding.
They're corresponding, aren't they? And if they're congruent, what type of lines do you have? That's what you're doing. Okay, you're making two congruent corresponding angles. So the lines have to be parallel. Questions? All right, I'm done doing that. I'm going to come around and help you guys out on this one. Oh my God. Oh, you turned it on me. All right, turn your paper if it doesn't work. All right, turn your paper like it was the last one. Stop freaking out. All right, relax. Turn your paper so it looks like the first one. Draw your transversal first. Then take your colored pencil and highlight the angle you are going to copy up on the ray. And then I'll come around and help anybody that needs help here. Copy the angle onto that ray that starts with point P. Mark both points of intersection. Remember, we're doing parallel lines here, so we should have a line that is parallel to the one we have here. Not intersecting, parallel. And just keep remembering, all we're doing is copying an angle. And now calling it parallel lines. That's all we're doing is copying an angle. Good. Time to finish up. We'll go to the next one. Small arcs are the trick. Small arcs. The bigger you make them, you're going to be like, what intersects with what? I have no idea. The smaller you make them, you can see what intersects. Later today, just a reminder, later today, I don't expect you to memorize or remember how we did this in 12 hours. Later today, up on Classroom, I'm going to post the parallel line video up underneath construction help. All right, so when you review for the test Wednesday or to do the homework over the weekend and you forget the steps, no excuses. I'm going to post the video later today on how to do a parallel line construction. Okay? Questions? We all good? Parallel lines. All right, next up, we've done this one already. I just got a review with you. How to do a perpendicular line. What are we thinking with perpendicular forms of what? Perpendicular forms right angle. So I should form a 90-degree angle here. To give you guys a little reminder of how this is done. This is my frown or my smile. All right, that's how a perpendicular line is done here, a frown or a smile. What do I mean by that? Put your compass on P. Put your compass point on P. Play around with your compass opening right now. Play around with the opening because you need to intersect line M in 2 spots. It's going to look like a smile. Okay, it's going to look like a smile. So play around with your compass right now. Open it up so you can intersect M in 2 spots. When you have those 2 spots, yeah, mark them with the points of intersection. From there, I like to open up my compass a little wider, just so my intersection is not right on P. All right, so after you make your smile, open up your compass a little wider, and then go ahead, put your compass point on either of the 2 points of intersection, either of the 2. And these next 2 arcs can be done below line M or above. It will not matter what you're doing here, above or below. But you're going to make 2 arcs with the same opening that intersect each other. So go to each point of intersection, make 2 arcs with the same opening of your compass above or below line M that intersect. And then hopefully line it up with point P and you got yourself a right angle, a perpendicular line. We haven't done this since Unit 2, but make it official. If they are perpendicular, what symbol can I put on here? Connor? The box, yep, the square shows it's 90 degrees. Okay. I have nothing to show you here on the next one. Just because point P is on the line means nothing. You decide, is it going to be a frown or a smile? Open up your compass a little wider for the last 2 arcs. Go ahead. You guys decide. Got to intersect it twice. Mark the 2 points of intersection. Open up your compass a little wider and make 2 more arcs that intersect. And I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure I put both parallel and perpendicular construction on the test Wednesday. So you'll have to do both for me on the test on Wednesday. All right, perfect opportunity. We got a 3-day weekend. You can get out of here without any math to do on the 3-day weekend if you play your cards right here and use your time wisely now. So I will let you go on the assignment. Definitely call me over if you're having issues with what I'm asking you to do. Okay. Use that colored pencil to highlight the angle that you are copying for the parallel line. Make sure, you want to make sure we need something parallel to AB, right? So you want an angle that's formed by the transversal and AB. You see this isn't part of either one, so make sure it's on the transversal and AB. So either this one, because it's got to be the transversal and AB. So transversal and AB, transversal and AB,
Okay.
either one. Okay, and then you do it up here. Okay. Make sure the angle you decide to copy is formed by AB and the transversal, not any other side of the triangle. Yep. What's that? Yeah, what's the issue? You picked up the honors packet. It's the same homework. That's why we didn't do that one, because that's not assigned for AB. It's the same homework though, so. Looking good, looking good. If you can't get it done, don't fudge it. Just call me over. We'll go over what you need to do.